So guys, it's been no secret that I've been on Nintendo's nuts, straight up. I've been loving the Switch 2. I've been giving Nintendo the gawkity gawkity lickety licky 9000 Super McTwist swirly durly.
What did he say?
Alright? Okay, but I've been telling y'all for a while that you should get a Switch 2. And if this video doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. Because there's an MMO that's coming, and I promise y'all it's coming. Because Nintendo should have been done this. But they finally have the ambitious hardware to do so. And I promise you this MMO will only show up in two places. Switch 2 and possibly mobile. And don't you dare tell me that you would want to play this on a phone. Let's go ahead and get on into today's subject. Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tenek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video, I want to talk to y'all about Pokemon. That's right. However, if you want to stay updated on all things Pokemon, make sure you are liking today's video, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and let's go ahead and get right on into today's subject. So, there's been a massive leak over on Twitter. But not just Twitter, a bunch of huge gaming articles have been covering this. This came out over the past few days. Like ever since that Pokemon Presents happened, a lot of leaks have been getting out about, you know, next gen Pokemon, other games. It's like the leakers know about the next, I believe, 2 or 3 games coming out, and this one. Right now, apparently at Game Freak and Nintendo, there is a game being worked on known as Project Seed. And this is an official Nintendo and Game Freak developed Pokemon MMO. And there's even some concept screenshots that they have to share with you guys. Now, this leak comes straight from Centro. If you don't know who they are infamous for Pokemon leaks. And the main reason I'm trusting this, at the end of the day, it's still a leak. Take it with a grain of salt. But they are spot on with Pokemon stuff 9 times out of 10. So I'm going to share with you guys an article from ScreenRant.com. I'll leave a link to this down in the description below, as well as the tweet from Centro, so you guys can check this out for yourselves. Look at the concept screenshots, and I'll also show them here on the video. It says, over on Twitter, or X, well-known leakers Centro Leaks share details on what they are referring to as the next evolution for Pokemon games. Known as Project Seed, it's a highly ambitious change of pace that would revolutionize the beloved franchise moving forward. The headline is undoubtedly the fact that it would be a multi-region MMO taking place across the original regions of Kanto and Johto, as well as Home, Sinnoh, and Kitakami. I hope I said those right. I probably butchered them, so forgive me. All of those regions would be interconnected into one seamless world, as many MMOs offer, and it would be the first time that an official Pokemon release has done anything like this. Now guys, the reason I find this so interesting and likely is because they have been experimenting with little bits of MMO features in Pokemon games for years now. No, we haven't gotten any official Pokemon MMO. Hell, the closest thing we ever got to one was Temtem, and besides, you know, some other fan-made and third-party games and stuff like that aren't official Pokemon MMOs. But they've been messing with features like in Sword and Shield, when you were in the open world areas and you can see other players run around. The raids that they've been putting in some of the latest games. They've been playing with all of these concepts and probably seeing how players like them. And since a lot of these concepts have been well received, they probably pulled the trigger and said, hey, Nintendo's got the hardware to do it now. Let's finally go ahead and make a Pokemon MMO. The game is currently in pre-production over at Game Freak, according to the leak anyway, and that means we will have to deal with the unfortunate caveat that the game isn't going to be here for a while yet. More specifically, Central Leaks is currently putting forward the release window of 2029 or later. And guys, I would honestly expect that. I think that's a realistic time frame, because if it's being concepted, you know, and played around with now, that gives them about 3 or 4 years for development. That'll be roughly halfway through the Switch 2's life cycle if they do, you know, the typical 7 to 10 year thing like they usually do with Nintendo consoles. And honestly, that would be a good amount of time for them, you know, to play with the hardware, get used to it, and all of that fun stuff. But let's go ahead to the tweet from Centro and share some of that good information as well. So, the next evolution of Pokemon video games, Project Seed. A multi-region MMO takes place in Kanto, Johto, Home, Sinnoh, everything, you know, I read to you guys from the article. currently in pre-production at Game Freak, coming in 2029 or later. And he goes to show off 4, concept screenshots here. Now, chances are, these are all, like mocked up on PC or possibly in-engine shots and stuff like that. Very early concept stuff, so don't take anything that you see here, as final or whatever. This is probably stuff just, showing what it could look like, what they're going for and stuff like that. And remember, this is all leaks at the end of the day, so everything is subject to change. Hell, this game might not even happen. But like I said, Central Leaks is usually on point with the Pokemon stuff. So I would count on this game showing up sometime in the future. And this will probably be one of the biggest console MMOs to date. And like I was saying earlier in the video, the reason I speculated this game could possibly come to mobile is because the only other place that Nintendo puts Pokemon games is on mobile. Games like Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sleep, and all other, Pokemon projects and stuff like that. They usually go on mobile phones. And if they were going to do an MMO and they wanted to get the most reach as possible, chances are they would make it a cross-platform game between Nintendo Switch 2 and mobile devices. And you see how powerful mobile phones are now. Imagine how strong they'll be 3 or 4 years from now when they're ready to release something like this. And guys, don't forget, Nintendo Switch 2 is running on mobile architecture. So it won't be a hard or impossible port, especially for Nintendo and Game Freak, because like I said, they've already done this with plenty of Pokemon games. But that's just my prediction, and I think that makes sense because like I said, if you want the most reach possible, put it on the most popular console and a platform that everyone owns, aka a phone. But anyway guys, let me know what you guys think. Does the thought of a Pokemon MMO get you excited? An official Pokemon MMO? Let me know down in the comments below. If y'all enjoyed today's video, smash that like. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.